Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for June 18th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Brief. Appreciate y'all tuning in this morning. We're going to take it slow and steady. Only got a half hour, but we will see how this proceeds because of the memorandum of understanding. We'll talk about that and some other things. But first, welcome to the morning report, morning brief. Click that follow button if you're not already a follower of the channel. Would really appreciate that. We got a couple yesterday, which is awesome. That was really cool. And then you get to that by clicking the bell right beside where it says JPA report. Click that little bell, scroll down, and you'll see follow. Click the follow button. Or if you see the word follow, just click the word follow. And then you see the like. Give me a like by smashing that button there. And then you can always chat also. It'd be great. Covite for Life should be jumping in just a minute, which would be cool. How about if I gotta do this or we will get interrupted. Hold it. Okay, just a second. There we go. Man, I thought I was all ready for this, so I guess I wasn't. Okay. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I had my volume on my phone, and I had an alarm turned on for 7 a.m. But that's all right. Okay, cool. I might need to adjust that. All right, so here we go. Armament shop. Let's talk about the armament shop. Whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copperas Cove's premier source of all things shooting. Browse a wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes, both online and in person. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Copperas Cove, or call or text at 254-560-2023, or visit them at www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety, our priority. All right, I was in there yesterday. I was impressed. I hadn't been in there in about a month or so, but he's back there full time, and he was hot and heavy doing some stuff. And man, I was like a kid in a candy store. It was cool. All right, so before we get started on the Iran update, I just saw it on the news just a minute ago. So at the White House today, all right, they are going to present a Medal of Honor. I talked about these the other day, but one of them definitely is going to happen today. I don't know about the other Marine, and I don't know about Major Dockery from the Army. He's on active duty as it is right now. We'll find out about it. I want to just give a brief overview about him because this is Major Capers. He is still alive with us, and they had him on TV, a video of him just this morning, right? But he will be at the White House to receive his Medal of Honor today, and he was a second lieutenant in a 9-man recon force patrol in Fulak in April 1967. Capers and his team repeatedly encountered larger enemy forces while operating deep in contested territory. On the patrol's final day, an ambush left them severely wounded by gunfire and fragmentation wounds. Despite significant blood loss and extensive injuries, Major Capers, he was a lieutenant at the time, continued directing, supporting fires, coordinating his team's movements, and overseeing the evacuation, refusing to leave before his Marines. He remained in command until every member of the patrol was safely aboard for the extraction helicopter. And he was the first Black Marine to join Force Recon, and he received a battlefield commission also. Let's see. And he also commanded a Force Recon company. Right, so he will be receiving the Medal of Honor today. Okay, a little bit of good news before we get into everything else. Right. All right. So next, the Iran update. Trump signed a memorandum of understanding at the Versailles Palace in Paris, where he was he was having dinner with Emmanuel Macron. The Pakistan Prime Minister announced that both the U.S. and Iran had signed the Memorandum of Understanding. All right, and the Strait of Hormuz is to fully open, if not already fully open. Macron calls the MOU an encouraging step toward peace. And Saudi Arabia said the key says verification is the key for success. Talks in Geneva for tomorrow are unconfirmed as of this time. Senator Lindsey Graham backs the MOU, says it can ease tensions, which is really, really needs to be adhered to. Okay. Lebanon pushes for a fast track for ceasefire talks with Israel, but at the same time, Hezbollah is still firing drones and rockets at Israel, and Israel fights back. You can't fault Israel for not defending its territory. You have all the fault goes to Hezbollah through Iran. So Iran needs to tell Hezbollah to stop unless they're not really really oh man, I can't think of the word. I'm at a loss. But if they were really serious about this memorandum of understanding, they would tell Hezbollah to stop firing. Right? That was what I was looking for. Brent crude oil right now is at $77.90 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate is at $74.90 a barrel. Gas in Harker Heights at the Sam's Club in Harker Heights this morning, I just checked, $3.02 a gallon. Yeah, $3.02 a gallon. All right. The stock market closed at 51,492.55. That was down 507.12. All right. And then you won't hear from me today. No, you won't. You won't. Because the Supreme Court has opinions supposed to be released this morning, but they go operational 9 a.m. 9 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. DC time, right? And I go off the air at that exact time. So if any get released today, they will be on the shows tomorrow. Okay, just so you'll know. All right, so that's it. So where we're going to go now is the Memorandum of Understanding. Okay, that's MOU, not a peace agreement, not a peace treaty, right? A memorandum. It's an extension, 60-day extension on the existing ceasefire to open up more negotiations to come to a peace agreement. Get that straight, because there's too many people saying this is a peace agreement. We're screwed. No, it is a memorandum of understanding on how to proceed to get to the end goal of having a peace agreement. All right. So briefly go over this because we have a lot to go over. I know I always run out of stuff. This is a transcription from ABC News because when they read it, they verbally read it to everybody. Okay. And this is the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding between the United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran. The United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran has jointly agreed in good faith on such a date on the following. You can tell it's a transcribed copy. All right. The United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran and their allies in the current war, by signing this memorandum, declared the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including Lebanon. I would like to see that one. And undertake, and you got to give the president some leeway here. It is, like I said, this is a memorandum, not a peace agreement. All right? There's too much rhetoric going on. And undertake now and not to initiate any war or military operation against each other, and to refrain from the threat or use of force against each other, and ensuring the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Lebanon. The final deal will confirm the permanent termination of the war on all fronts, including in Lebanon, and other provisions of this paragraph. I think they need to advise Hezbollah that paragraph 1 includes them. The U.S. and Iran undertake, and I'm not saying the Islamic Republic and the United States, I'm saying the U.S. and Iran undertake to respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and to refrain from interfering in each other's internal affairs. I see fail both of those on their part. The United States and Iran commit to negotiating and achieving a final deal in maximum 60 days, extendable with mutual consent. That's what I was just talking about. Immediately upon signing this MOU, the U.S. will begin the removal of its naval blockade, which has already happened, and any disturbances and impediments against Iran, and will fully end the naval blockade within 30 days. It's already been done. During this period, the traffic of vessels will be proportional to the numbers of pre-war traffic being restored by the Islamic Republic of Iran. The U.S. will further undertakes the removal of forces from the proximity of Iran within 30 days after the final deal. All right, and then point 5, upon signing the MOU, Iran will make arrangements using the best efforts for the passage of commercial vessels with no charge for 60 days, only from the Persian Gulf to the Sea of Oman and vice versa. Traffic on commercial vessels will immediately start in considering the need for removal of the technically and military obstacles, mines. Iran will be instated within 30 days. Iran will conduct dialogue with Oman to define the future administration of maritime services of the Strait of Hormuz, in discussion with the Persian Gulf with the oil states in line with applicable international law, sovereignty rights, and coastal. Okay, so that means there will be no tolls in there. Okay, international law says international waterways cannot be tolled, flat out. It's not like it's a canal. It's not. U.S. undertakes with regional partners to develop a definitive mutual agreed plan for $300 billion for reconstruction, economic development in Iran, and I hope they're all loans and not grants. We're at 6:45. Number 7, the U.S. Undertakes to terminate all types of sanctions against Iran, including the United Nations Security Council resolutions. The that's got to be approved by the Security Council. Iran affirms it. Okay, this is the one. We'll stop on this one. Okay, the Islamic Republic of Iran reaffirms. This is point 8, that it shall not procure or develop nuclear weapons. The United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran have agreed to resolve the disposition of stockpile enriched material pursuant to a mechanism they will mutually agreed upon in accordance with the schedule mentioned in paragraph 7, with the minimum methodology to the downblending on site under the supervision of the IAEA. The two parties also agreed to discuss the issue of enrichment and other mutually agreed matters upon the final deal. The final deal will confirm the provisions of this paragraph. The U.S. and Iran acknowledge the critical importance of the United States, and Iran acknowledge the critical importance of the nuclear issues above mentioned, and express the intention of immediately address these issues in negotiations to achieve mutual agreement in them. Okay, so you need to go back and read this. It is very thorough. All the naysayers out there, get a life. Okay, the president and our country is doing the best they can. In regards to the $300 billion, when they get that, I hope when they withdraw parts of that from the Gulf states and not from the United States, that it's a loan, but you can't expect the people in Iran that live in destitute. They got to rebuild their country, or you'll have anarchy there, and you'll have fiefdoms all over the place, armed fiefdoms all over the place, with one goal in mind, is to take out us for doing it to them, i.e., look at Germany after World War I. All right. So the president said that the 60-day timeline in the memorandum is not a hard deadline for the peace deal. It says it in there. It could be extended, right? President Trump said Wednesday that the 60-day limit to end the conflict in the Middle East that was listed in the memorandum is not a hard deadline, and he would be open to extending it if Iran is serious about negotiations. The MOU, which was digitally signed over the weekend, is expected to be formally signed Friday, said both sides have committed to negotiating and achieving the final deal in 60 days. It can be extended to mutual consent. Trump told reporters they did not view the 60-day limit as a final deadline and deep downplayed the agreement as preliminary. And he said, I don't view it as hard, just as long as they're behaving. I really don't care that much. It's not final. It's a memorandum of understanding. And if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on their heads. Case in point, right? All right. President Trump told Jay Clayton, do not go to his confirmation hearing yesterday. It's like playing 3D chess. They like to put out all the time, right? So Jay Clayton is supposed to be the DNI, right? But at the same time, Jamie McDonald is being nominated to be the U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York. At the same time, you have Bill Pulte is the acting DNI. And the Democrats have thrown a hissy fit, if that's the term we want to use, at, we have an unqualified person that's never done a job before. He's acting. And the Democrats said, well, we're not going to vote if he is the acting. It's our call. It's not your call. It's the president's call. He's not the actual. Jay Clayton will be the ODNI. Okay, it's the Office of Director of National Intelligence. Okay, so but the other issue at this point is what happens if they confirm Jay Clayton as the ODNI. That leaves the U.S. Attorney's position at the SDNY open, the Southern District of New York. So they already don't like Jamie McDonald, but for him to be he's got to be Senate confirmed to be the U.S. Attorney there. Well, the problem with that is because you have Chucky Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand are the U.S. senators from New York, and there's a stupid, unconstitutional gentleman's agreement, and I've gone over this time and time again, called the Blue Slip. And that is where a corresponding senator from a state that's getting a judge or the U.S. attorney can say, hey, this is my blue slip. I object to the person for the office that's going to be confirmed, and their nomination drops cold. So Jay Clayton gets confirmed, it creates an opening. They want to bring in this conservative U.S. attorney, but they can't do it because Gillibrand or Schumer both objected to it. Now they got to get a more moderate person. And you've seen the same thing happen in New Jersey with Alina Habba. They did the same thing to her, right? So the president is doing it like this. He wants the Jay Clayton confirmed. No, as you were. He wants McDonald confirmed first for the SDNY, and then the ODNI can be confirmed for Jay Clayton. Okay, and while all that's going on, Bill Pulte is still going to be the acting ODNI. And at the same time, just remember, Save America equals FISA. So right now, Clayton can't do much of a job for international intelligence because the 702s can't be used at all. Section 702 is expired, but before that could be redone, they got to do the Save America Act. He said, without one, you don't get the other. You do McDonald for U.S. Attorney, and then you get Jay Clayton for ODNI. That's the way it goes. It's already 6:54. Man, I do too much talking sometimes. All right. Man, so I covered 3 stories. I didn't even have to read them. I know what I'm talking about. All right. Yesterday, Kevin Warsh had his very first Federal Reserve Chair meeting, and it was decided unanimously to have interest rates remain the same until next month because the threat of inflation because of fuel costs. And they said when he gave his statement, it was only a 132-word statement compared to when Jerome Powell gives his statements, it was 320 or something like that, right? So he did the most work with half the words. And Jerome Powell is still on the Federal Reserve because he didn't resign as chair when his term as the Federal Reserve chair was up. He went back to being a Federal Reserve governor, right? But Yeah, so the threat of inflation is there right now, and that their wholesale inflation was at 6%. So um, they just don't want inflation spiking. So if they raise interest rates, it's going to put inflationary pressure on the U.S. So they're keeping it stable for right now. I bet after, like I was telling you about the price of gas and price of oil, within a month, the interest rates will be going down. The president looked like he was. The president was disappointed, but he looked like he understood the reason for it. All right. The president invoked the Defense Production Act yesterday to restock our munitions that we used in Iran and in Ukraine. Um, it was a one-page memo. His voluntary agreement. The President Trump this week invoked the 1950s law authorizing SecWar to pursue agreements with private firms to ramp up munitions productions amid the Iran war. The act allows the president to require private firms to prioritize contracts critical to national defense and to incentivize expansion of the defense industrial base. The order comes after months of fighting in Iran and the Middle East, as well as supplying Israel and Ukraine with military equipment. All right, good thing because we need to rebuild our stockpiles. All right, and I'm almost out of time. Ugh. So one thing I wanted to bring up, man, I got a minute. I got just a minute. So one thing I will be discussing during the JPA report, which starts an hour from now, top SPLC official allegedly funneled $1.2 million to a neo-Nazi informant who was their secret romantic partner. Yeah, a top Southern Poverty Law Center official has been accused of helping funnel more than 1.2 mil in donor funds to a confident informant who infiltrated a neo-Nazi organization. A source prosecutors say also was the official's secret romantic partner. Oh my goodness, man. The details were revealed in a superseding indictment from June 2nd by the DOJ against SPLC, which has faced mounting scrutiny over allegations that it funded individuals tied to extremist groups. You sleep with her and you pay her. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. All right. So quickly. Tonight in Killeen, Area 254, it's at the old Kmart Plaza in Killeen off of 4th Street. It's Pints and Politics at 6 p.m. You're invited to go. It's in the upper room. You go inside the doors, you go to the right, you go up the stairs, all right? All right, so we are out of time. It's already 6:59, and we got 25 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate the raid for the raid events. I will see y'all in an hour with the JP8 report. It's confirmed. We're off. We're at 12 seconds till we raid. So this is James Pierce, JP's Morning Brief. I'll see y'all in an hour. I'm out.